Managed Voice gives you the power to independently
Managed voice.
of Managed Voice. Managed Voice comes with all the standard
Managed voice.
Managed voice practice.
Ooh, that's confusing. Let us break it down and make it a little bit easy for you. Managed voice is simple. It's using network-connected phone hardware to connect to cloud-based software that's managed by a service provider, just like Green Office Solutions. Let's talk to some of the people we work with. Out of curiosity, Krista, what was the main thing that attracted you to the technology? I know you already liked us, but you know, what was that got you kind of going? Oh, managed voice is a good idea.
Well, we had a need for actual voice box mailboxes,
Right.
and I had looked into, we had the typical, Long Island phone system, and we, wanted to be able to manage mailboxes for each of our pastors. And unfortunately, they were charging more and more and more money to have like a managed mailbox system. So I reached out to you and said, we're in, the market for a new phone system. Can you tell me, what would you recommend? And if you remember, you said to me, give me a couple of months because I have a new product coming in that I think will fit you very, very well. And that's one of the things I love about Green Office Solutions is you guys are very good at matching product to your client rather than just saying, hey, this is the product we're selling now, we'll hook you up.
Exactly, which is why I've never tried to sell you a shredder.
Exactly.
It doesn't fit.
No, don't need a shredder.
Right,
Don't want
exactly,
that shredding,
exactly,
so.
exactly.
Obviously, COVID's a concern for a lot of people, the mobility and the ability to move the office, in case of emergency. Can you just speak a little bit as to how cloud-based voice solutions kind of lend to that?
Sure, absolutely. So the cloud-based solutions have really come as within the last year have become one of the sort of godsends to the small business, particularly those businesses that are trying to transition or they've been in a situation where for overnight essentially they were in a situation where they couldn't get to work or they were all self-isolating at home. There were restrictions as to who could go anywhere. They don't have access to their phone system, or worse yet, one receptionist shows up to the office and then has to take all those calls and try to figure out how to transfer those out to employees who are trying to work remotely. With a cloud-based solution, such as ngByName, we have the ability to turn up services and essentially take your telephone calls and switch them from your current provider to ngByName in as little as one business day. So in some cases, you order your account in the morning and we can have those calls ringing to your employees at home, without even a desk phone. We can transfer those calls out to a mobile device or set up a web-based soft phone where just using a simple USB headset or even Bluetooth earbuds and a personal computer, you can send and receive phone calls and continue to talk to your customers without any significant interruption to business. In addition to that, the pandemic has, changed the way that we've all had to do business, right? It wasn't so long ago that you and I met at a trade show.
Yeah.
And now these days, most of our meetings, at least for me, take place on video conference calls such as this one. And for a lot of small businesses who may have multiple employees, even the cheapest of video conferencing solutions, your Zooms out there, most video solutions out there have a free flavor, but they have significant limitations, either the number of participants or the length of a video call. One of the other things that we've done is, as sort of a phone company, a software company that's owned by a phone company, we've created ngByName Meet, which is the platform we're talking on today, which is included with all of our telephone systems, and it allows up to 30 participants to be in the same room, share desktop, trade documents, chat. You can even take something like this, record the session for later, to archive those meetings, and so you don't have to have meeting notes, or you can stream your meetings directly and your marketing directly to your YouTube channel. All of that, which is, when you compare that to a Zoom type solution or a Citrix GoToMeeting type solution, where typically that's $60 per user. So every person in your company would have to have a $60 a month plan. Um, something that we include for free. These days, it used to be a luxury. Now it's essential for all of us to have it.
Sure. Things that I really love about ngByName and working with you and the crew is that the flexibility, the customizations, the ability to really make the phone system sing and dance in any way. You brought up a great point with the restaurants, and in today's day and age, with the pandemic being what it is, any restaurants at risk of a dining room shutdown at any moment. I mean, I hope it doesn't happen.
Right.
We care deeply about our clients. I never want to see anybody get hurt business-wise, but it's a very real thing where you might have to shift to takeout overnight. And you bring up a great point. The one diner that we did do recently, they had a problem. And, the virtual queue was the solution to that. Whereas, they were taking in 3, 4, 5 calls at a time for people just placing takeout orders. And with their old ISP, they only had 2 inbound lines. So if that third caller came in, they got, sorry, the number you've reached is busy. They hang up, they call another restaurant, they lose the order. The solution that we had with ngByName was just fantastic in that, now they could have 10, 11, 12, 13 people calling in at once, and they'll get that virtual queue. Thank you for calling the diner. We'll be back with you in 1 second. And,
and when they shift back to normal operations, they don't need to carry that excess capacity. So
exactly.
You don't have to go to your ISP and say, you know what, I'm going to sign a 2 or 3 year contract on 10 lines when you only need 3.
And that's and that philosophy that ngByName has is really something that Green Office Solutions shares as a whole. In that we don't want to trap you. We don't want to trap you into a situation. We want to be a consultant. We want to be a resource for you. So in 3-4 months, when business dynamics change and you need to shift how your subscription on your phone system works or whatnot, it's not, sorry, you're in a 12-month contract. We'll have to look at this in 8 months.
Yeah.
But if memory serves me, one of the biggest things that we solved for Krista and staff were, I know you have a lot of pastors here. Mm-hmm. The harbor has an excellent pastoral staff. Am I using that word right? Pastoral, right?
Pastoral.
Oh, I was close. I added an I, but that's fine. Yeah, right in the neighborhood. But with the large staff, the pastors, if I remember, were giving out their cell phones oftentimes, and they were getting calls on their personal cell phones in the middle of the night. And one of the things we did for that, just for our YouTube viewers out there, is we gave every pastor what's called a virtual extension, which means that Krista here can transfer a call, or the auto attendant can transfer a call to any one of those pastors without giving out the cell phone number, which was really something I remember the youth pastors were real excited about.
Yes. Yep.
And we took you away from your local internet service provider, whose brand name I can't say.
Yes.
But if they didn't have a service department,
right. Yep.
Speaking in terms of that. If you could just tell the folks out here, what kind of response do you see out of us when you need to make a change or solve a problem or?
Oh, I have to say that anytime we have an issue with the phone system, with COVID, with all of that, there's a lot of our voice messages that are changing because our hours and our open and our availability is constantly changing. And the first time I had to make that change, I had to call you back and say, okay, I'm not sure how to do this. Can you walk me through it? And you were here within the day, certainly, and you helped. Not only did you help make that change, but then you said, and I love the fact that you guys have helped us to be able to pivot into the changes that have happened to our business with COVID.
Absolutely.
In our church
absolutely.
with COVID, because
yeah, you brought the phone home.
Right.
Yeah.
When this all started, we had to close just like everybody else. We were on lockdown, and I was able to take my phone system home. It was a very simple process to align it to my Wi-Fi at home. And when people would call the church, literally it would ring in my kitchen. So I could be home, I could work from home, we were at safe distance, and I didn't have to, there was no weird, because I called businesses and they're like, please hold while we transfer your call. And
Right,
like, oh,
yeah.
they're not there, you know.
Right, it's seamless. It doesn't
Right.
change the way, whether it's here or in the kitchen, yeah. So
Right.
that's it. People from the internet. I mean, you hear it directly from a client of mine. We'd love to make friends and help your business too. This is what we do every day, and we're really proud to do it. We're really happy to do it. And frankly, our advice is always free. I mean, if you don't like what we have to say, don't do business with us. But we're happy to give you the advice and the lesson and the education, and if nothing else, show you the product and technology. So we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Thanks again, Krista, and enjoy yourselves out there in the internet world.